you still haven't gotten on the bike yet. Oh, yeah.
She's with that damn
I'm here
camera
with the
again.
camera. Hello, Luke.
Hello. Man, oh man, oh man. Anyway, you can see the difference, huh?
Yeah, is that the same make and model?
Same everything, it's
Really?
an identical tire. Yeah, Dunlop's Elite 3s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is quite a difference.
Oh yes, there is, yeah. And then there's the back tire. Nice big tire.
Oh, sorry.
How come
Listen,
he's a
why don't you
different
get out on the
size?
road with that? You're just as well to be down here. You're far enough away from it.
I think Luke brings
Why don't
out
you
the
go
worst.
order my big pike pizza?
You guys kill me, man.
Luke brings out the worst in you.
I was calm until he came in, wasn't I?
Well,
Well, really.
He just
calm.
asked me a few key questions about jobs from 15 years
You
ago.
were calm. Okay. That's what we're going
Well, I've
with.
been all day, every time I'd walk towards that, the phone would ring and I'd have a job in the shop. So anyway, I just put the last job out and honest to God, the phone rang and I had to go up to the park and repair a backhoe.
oh, sorry.
But anyway,
Well, listen, I was thinking about prices of tires too, because we're pricing them for people's vehicles. Man, they don't want to price a motorcycle tire.
no, it's a luxury item. This is your Christmas gift.
It's not my Christmas
No,
gift.
God, oh, it's your Christmas gift.
That's your birthday gift. You're
No,
not
no,
there.
no, no. You want to go get purses and stuff in the middle of the summer, we're taking the bike? That's how you're going to get there. And you need tires.
I suppose there's a nice markup on for a GoldWing tire.
Well, it's $500 right there for 2
Yeah,
tires.
for 2 tires.
Wow.
Yeah. And folks,
Manual.
manual. Whatever you do, use a manual. Hey. Hey, bye.
You're not telling them though.
Luke's a Harley guy, see? Everybody got their weaknesses. You know? What do you do, right?
What do you do?
Hey, remember the time we did the belt on your Harley?
Yeah. The manual said 3 hours. No.
No, the manual said 8.
Yeah, yeah.
And the dealer was going to charge you 8. So Luke comes in, he says, man, it's going to be so expensive getting a belt put on, because the Harleys use a rubber band to run. Honda got a drive shaft, but Harley uses a rubber band, well, like a fan belt type of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I had to get it replaced, and he told me it's 8 hours, and man, I've never done one of those. It can't be that bad, right? So anyway, Saturday morning, buddy, puts her on the bike ramp, didn't we?
Yep.
Right cocky like, didn't we? Puts her up on the ramp, buddy, we guts her, what, in about an hour? I don't know if we were an
No,
hour.
I don't even think it was that.
So I said, man, it's only an hour to take it apart. I said, where are you going around? I said, let's get the belt, another hour, we'll have her done. Gets the belt too long. You had the wrong belt.
Yeah.
So we left her on the bike ramp, what, for about a week, and while it was on the bike ramp, I was hooking up LED lights to it.
Yeah.
And boy, she was someplace when she was done.
I'd say less than an hour you had that done.
Yeah.
And then you were still confused over the manual. Not confused, you were saying there's no way.
There's no way I gotta take all that off.
No.
And I didn't. No, we flipped ahead pages. Yeah. Then I went over, got the special socket, which I didn't know I had, remember?
Yeah,
To
that's
take out the
true.
primary.
Yeah.
And then anyway, we pulled it all off and it was all done. Yeah.
So you fast forwarded.
That's what, yeah, it worked out perfect. So.
Yeah, excellent.
So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start, the video is going to start with the back wheel. There's probably going to be 3 or 4 videos of this. And I'm not going to show every detail. Well, it depends on you. I'm going to show as much as I can, but I'm going to start at the back and I'm going to work my way up to the front. And eventually we'll have the bike scrapped and put back together. It may never run again, but it'll...
That looks like a big job for a GoldWing though.
Oh, there's a lot of work on them. They're a nice bike, but the thing is with a GoldWing, you don't work on it often, and all I'm doing is just maintenance, you know? Well, one repair is the fork seals.
I know, but look how much you have to take off to get
Oh, all
to
the Tupperware got to come off.
Tupperware.
I'll insert a picture in this video of how I stripped down that bike. Remember one time?
Oh yeah, when she did their
And
frame recall.
we called it the naked GoldWing. There was nothing left to it, only the 2 wheels, the instrument cluster, the frame,
It was pretty
and the
scrawny.
engine. But man, it would have looked so. I'd love to buy one without the Tupperware and make a custom bike out of it, a drag bike. Because I'm going to tell you something. This thing looked fast being stopped without all the Tupperware on it. Anyway,
Gotta go.
we're done. We'll go up and we'll put the bike up on the ramp. I'll show you what we're gonna do. And camera people always in your way. Okay?
It's usually me.
Hey, you can't have it both ways.
Hey, these don't have a straight axle going for the wheel, eh?
Oh no?
They come off like a truck tire, like a truck wheel. 5 lug nuts.
No way.
Yep. Yep. That's good for anybody watching this video at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
See, just come here, Kathy, look up. Hang on, let me get a flashlight so you can see.
Yeah, go get a flashlight so we can see.
What's limited edition? Now I know what limited edition means, but why is this one LE compared to every other?
Because there's stuff on this GoldWing, and anybody who looks at GoldWings are gonna say, never seen that on the GoldWing before. See, look, up here, you take off them bolts, them lug nuts,
Okay, yeah.
and that wheel comes out. But
Oh.
you can't change that wheel with the bike on the ground. And that's why this ramp has the removable leaf. It'll come down there. So I will take the lug nuts off, and then everybody at home can see how the wheel comes down. And stop laughing. Stop laughing. If she pulls up at that camera once more, I'm calling divorce lawyer. 5 lug nuts off.
Threats don't work here.
There it is.
Let's have a look.
There it is. TPMS machine there, right?
TPMS?
Well, I put it on it, right?
Okay.
But it's external, not internal. But dirty, I gotta clean it up now when I get it off, right? Yeah. That tire's really not too bad, but we'll keep it for a spare. See how it's done, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what's underneath here.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I never would have thought that.
Yeah, brakes and everything. See? It's a rotor and...
Oh, yeah. Gosh, pretty clean, isn't it?
Now, Luke, this was a recall. Matter of fact, I was pretty well the one that instigated the recall on these GoldWings. When we first bought this, there was a shallow weld on here and in here. And I complained, and they said, no, Mr. Short, there's not a problem. And I said, it's not a matter of if it's going to crack, it's a matter of when it's going to crack. And I found a hairline crack on here almost a year later. So I'm going to make a long story short and say that things got nasty for a while. And we ended up getting 15,500 recalled in Canada and 36,500 recalled in the United States. Some people had it worse. Some people had them completely crack off, right?
I was going to say, imagine on the highway and that breaks. Did they
Well-
ever tell you? I guess they wouldn't tell you how many.
No.
Yeah.
No. Couldn't find out the specs or the stats on it, but it wasn't good, I don't think. Anyway, I stripped down the whole bike, and they came and picked it up and sent it to Toronto and had to re-weld it and give us a pretty good warranty with the frame and everything after. And but I always advise people, as a matter of fact, whenever we're working on GoldWings, I'll always put it in on the ramp and I'll always inspect all the weld points, just in case.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. There's 40,000 kilometers on the bike and the brakes are still just like new.
That's clean under there. Wow.
Yeah, not bad, eh? Yeah.
See, Harley, we have our rust proofing. It's built in.
Yeah. The biggest problem with what I find with Harley is that belt picks up a rock.
That's why we had to replace my belt.
Is
Remember?
that right? Yeah.
The
It
rock
goes
went through the middle.
Goes through, eh? It gets into the sprocket
Yeah.
and cuts the belt up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're quiet. There's just, no, but I mean, the belt system is a good system. It's a quiet system, right? But I mean, man, this here is heavy duty, right? You know, there's places in Sweden, they make tow trucks out of these bikes. If you looked up GoldWing tow truck,
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
yeah, they got the system that folds down on the wheels, and they use it like in congested cities, right?
But these are too quiet. Loud pipes save lives.
Oh, yes, oh, yeah. Yeah, Kathy, go in and get my violin, will you?
No, but you had a theory, not a theory, but if that was the case, there'd be so many Goldwingers killed in car accidents, or bike accidents, because you don't hear them. So that theory goes out the window.
Yeah, really, We'd all be dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, all Harley guys wish we were dead.
Nah. Well, you're not part of the gang.
No, I'm not part of,
Goldwing
no,
gang.
I'm not part of the GoldWing gang, right?
It's like when we went for a ride, Harley and the GoldWing. We
Oh, we were the oddest couple.
This couple.
Oh yeah, he on the Harley with the lick and stick tattoos, boy, and the little chains hanging from him and everything. And I on the GoldWing with the jeans pressed right proper and everything. Hey? And then we go down, we drive down probably, what, 20 odd miles down the road, and he stops right tough and everything. He's just, oh, some gold.
It was cool.
Yeah. And I think I was going a bit too fast for him.
Yeah, it was a cold ride.
Yeah, it was really early in the spring
Yeah.
too, right? So anyway, I'm going to dismount that tire and we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Here to break this down without doing any damage to it. Tire's hard too, right? There we go. I usually put a block in there to keep it away from the,
Oh, that's what you did that.
yeah.
Hard because it's cold or just a rubber?
Yeah, it's a little bit cold. These tires, they're hard rubber. Yeah.
Nice rim, isn't
Huh?
it? It's a nice rim.
Well, yeah, but when we first had it, we had other dealers. Remember doing the tires when we had trouble?
Right.
They scratched the rims and stuff. Now, the idea of this is to make sure that you don't damage the rims, so, yeah. So I put these protectors on there, like that,
You got the gear.
like that. So, we got to look at the direction, so the direction will be clockwise.
That's not aluminum.
What?
That's not an aluminum rim.
Yes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She sure is, buddy. So what I gotta do, see if I can get that pushed down there. She's not the fussy. Let's see here. Yep. She was on. See, you can tell the rubber is really hard on it, eh? Yeah. Okay, now this here is going to go like that, and then when you push the button, it'll back up away from it. So actually, there's nothing touching this rim. So what I usually do is usually take a bit of one of Kathy's old Q-tips.
Pretty big.
Pretty big, eh? Yeah, and then I usually put a bit of gum in there. And a bit of gum.
What is that, soap or what?
We're just using dishwashing soap on this, but you can buy the proper soap, but this works just as good.
Yeah, soap is soap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go over here like this. Like that. It's our voice activated compressor. So, and put one down there like that. Trying to soften up. Now usually what I'll do in the summer when people are bringing them by, I'll leave the tires out in the sun.
Oh, that's right.
Okay? And we get them nice and hot. See that? Wee, wee, wee.
Is there a reason you started at that just before the valve or?
No, no particular reason, just the way. If it had TPMS sensors, I would start in a specific place. but in this case, there was no specific date. But putting a little bit of jism juice on it certainly helps it, right?
Wax grease, is it?
Jism juice, I call it. Yeah. So what I gotta do, we'll see now. Like I say, these tires are very hard tires.
I can see how someone would beat up the rim though.
Yeah, not touching the rim.
Yeah.
Here's springy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah. So that's a that.
Polish the rim yourself?
Yes, I'll polish the rim, but I'll clean it up after.
No, like, or was it like that from the manufacturer?
No, I polish. I
Okay,
use,
yeah.
what do I use on that? I'll show you after.
Aerosol, something with an A.
Autosol.
Autosol. that's it.
Autosol.
I was gonna say aerosol, that was wrong. I mean,
Autosol, but you can
Autosol.
buy it in two. You can buy it in the liquid or you can buy it in the paste,
Yeah.
and the paste is always better. My opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So now, to install, we reverse the procedure. So, you gotta go clockwise.
Almost looks fatter than the other one. Okay.
Yeah. No, same size. It's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah.
That main shows.
Okay, now, these are a little bit trickier. Like I say, this tire is very cold. So, make sure now I'm putting it on the right direction. Where is the arrow? Okay, I got it, she's right. Now, you see that yellow snot?
I see the snot.
See the snot? There's a
Yep.
yellow snot there.
There
Some
is.
people call it a dot.
Yeah.
I lined that up with the valve
Why?
because that represents the lightest part of that tire. And where's the heaviest part of the rim?
The valve.
Right. So they kind of equal out, which means that it'll take less weight when you go to balance it.
I never knew that. I always learn something every day.
Yep.
Today's a learning
See
day.
what happens here?
Yeah. See you next week. I'll have my machine bought.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. You could add that to your list.
This is where it gets a little tricky here, see? So what I gotta do, is just tuck that under the rim. And I'm gonna put this here around here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're going to hook it in there. I'm thinking, ugh.
No,
Never see that happen.
Nothing touched the rim.
Nope, that's true.
Yeah. Well, it's close. Close to the yellow snot.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I'm on this off a bit, but that's it.
Jesus. Yeah,
I'm telling you. No. Well, you might try it.
You guys okay?
Kind of like an exaggeration. See?
Yeah.
Themselves had no time here.
No, but try doing that by hand.
Yeah.
Eh? Yeah, try doing that by hand, my buddy.
So every tire has that yellow dot? Whether
Yeah.
it's a tire or
Well,
bike?
yeah, it should. Yeah. It should. Yeah, it do. And that's when it makes it much easier for balancing. When you, when you go to balance it. So the dot represents the lightest part of the tire, and the lightest part of the tire, and the valve is the heaviest part of the wheel. So they equal out.
Yeah, this part.
Oh,
Yeah.
Luke jumps every time. Oh, like a little girl.
Gave me PTSD this machine.
Yeah, that's right. And even when I warn him it's going to be a loud bang, he still jumps.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, everybody's preparing now.
Yeah.
I'm already squinting, bracing myself.
Yeah.
Brace for it.
Ah, jeez, again.
That's not all?
You're right.
Yeah.
True.
So now she calls for 41 pounds, so 41 it is.
Where do you want it is?
Yeah. Anybody who's replacing tires should always check the valves here. Make sure that the rubber is good on the valve. And if it's not, technically, really, you should replace the valve. I'd say every third or fourth tire you put on it. I've done it once. I haven't done it since.
Why?
Because they perish out, right?
Well, I guess rubber dries out. Different
Yeah.
plastic. Are you rubber?
Someone's vehicle was here the other day. Was that yours? The tire was rotted. The valve was rotted out. Somebody had a machine here that was rotted out. Yeah. So. Yeah, and that's how you put the tire. So it's only a matter of putting it on the machine now and balance it, and we're done. Auto saw.
Oh, that's the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah. That's the paste.
Okay, polishes, right?
Yeah. That's the liquid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll try both.
Yeah, I like the paste better. But just look.
But is it good for different things? No?
Well, you can, but aluminum it really works on aluminum. It's just to give you some idea.
Can hear it. The grit.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. Now the best way to polish these rims are on the bike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. You get on. The fella gets on the bike, and he gets it up to about 160 kilometers per hour, and you get the wife with the rag, and she goes in and she just holds the rag up to the wheel. Yeah. Perfect.
I was wondering why you were talking about speed.
I was thinking, geez, you're gonna miss some spots though if it's on the bike.
You never know where his mind is to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you never know where he's headed.
Just when you think you have it figured out.
And what's more
Pulls
important?
you back in.
Well, what's more important than having insurance on the bike is having insurance on the wife at the time too. Yeah.
This reminds me of the genie. So we're going to see the genie in the bottle. You're rubbing it.
Yeah. You wish. Yeah. But yeah, so that's just a quick idea of how it works. So I'm going to take off that old sticky stuff for the weights, and then I'll balance and I'll install. When you get carried away polishing your rims. Me and Luke here having a yarn.
You were just doing a demo for Luke.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Well, good, eh?
Uh-huh.
That stuff does a nice job.
I got some appliances in the house you could probably
Well, that's what the other paste is for. That's for you. That,
No, I don't know how to
that's your
use it.
stocking stuffer.
I don't know how to use it.
Oh, you'll know how to use it. It's just
Built-in hand cream in it too.
yes, yeah,
Built-in hand
yeah,
cream.
exactly. Thanks, Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, yeah, it's coming along. So now I go balance.
You got that done yet?
Oh, nothing worse than working for your family. I'm twerking.
Yeah, you.
Not twerking, torquing. Believe me, you don't want to see me twerking.
No. So is that a grunt and a half?
Nope. That's 80 foot-pounds according to the manual. Yeah.
80 foot-pounds. That's that one done.
That's it. That's the back one done. And cleaned up and all.
Yeah.
And it's very, very nice.
That's a good time to get the off.
Yeah, exactly. I always do a little tech tip. Whenever I finish with a torque wrench, I always put it back to the 0 position.
Oh, yeah?
That way it's not wound up. Keep its accuracy a little bit longer.
Sounds good.
What do you think of that, Mr. Levesque?
Is that good when it's wound up?
No, well, you got to treat them like a woman. You don't want them wound up. Hey,
That's true.
yeah, you want to see torque. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, oh yeah. Torque equals bent out of shape.
No doubt. Eh?
Big time. Oh yeah. And that means there's a whole lot of hurting about to happen.
Okay. Well, you've got that figured out. You're going to be able to do some polishing.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. That's the worst when you own a motorcycle. You get into this polishing mode. Now, normally I have the music on, but Luke just left, so. But anyway, you can really get them to shine, because I haven't had a chance to really shine up the bike. Anyway, so we'll just have another short video.
Yeah.
We'll call this one a take. Just show them what's out by the door ready to come in for the night, because the big storm is coming tonight, eh? There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
There
There
it
can't be no
is.
tizzer. So yeah, so I'm going to put that in now that way, because tomorrow it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to turn from rain to freezing rain to ice pellets.
Yeah, overnight, isn't it?
Yeah, to snow, then high winds.
20 to
And-
30
and-
they're
and
saying now.
It's not going to end, they say, till probably 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so.
It looks like I'm not gonna make it to work.
Now we'll all come out and pick at the bike. I'm not even going to do the driveway, because if we do the driveway, I can bet you somebody's going to try to get up here to get something done.
So I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and come out tomorrow and do the bike and turn on a bit of music and go to it and enjoy my day. So folks, you guys have a nice evening. You guys look after yourself. On behalf of Kathy and I, thanks for watching the videos. And we'll see you on the air filter job. Take care. God bless.